a Sunday, come up and like, yeah,
Ride them if you want.
don't touch the side of them because they will kick you. One time I was fun. I'll go in the back, so I'll be walking, and they'll jog next to me, kind of like they'll hit their nose on me, like. He was doing that, and he ran by. Okay. Ran by, I hit him in the side, like. My hand, he like did like a quick. I held onto the bucket, but it was like.
Wow. Blackie or Brownie?
Brownie. Blackie won't get as close.
Brownies are more pretty aggressive.
A lot bigger. Apparently that kind of cow gets bigger quicker, but he's not as good at eating.
It'll be obvious where they're lined up.
I'm gonna go by the back door and cry because she wants to go out, but we only let him out front. 4 months, and I was like, I want my backyard back. How nice it is, you just
Small manure.
I'm bajillion. Yeah, nice. That would have been really great. I know.
Of course you would. When people ask that, you always say that.
If I sign a paper in an internship, I will.
I did that for you.
Oh, I worked hard. I worked tirelessly through classes to get those tweaks. It was seriously like, set up. Okay.
Oh, Gerber. Graduate. Hashtag is
Not used as much as I'd like.
fish swim together. Oh, I didn't even remember that. Go ahead.
We
Right
didn't
down
have an
pasta.
official hashtag, so I would just put different. They were always go fish. No vibes. I don't remember what it was.
Battle of the Seas.
Battle of the Seas I did once?
Yeah.
Wow, you must have really liked these to remember.
Oh, I one of my greatest hires.
It was just flowing.
One of. You guys all gotta go.
Hey,
You guys gotta all
name your
pick it up to get Charlie Scott level. Charlie's number one. Purely for my entertainment value. He is number one.
Here's the thing.
You guys all do great work, but he entertains. I know. Second best hire.
You're really trying to get that 2 spot.
No,
Second best hire might be Kenny. Just well, his loyalty.
Longevity. Hey, I started 6 years ago.
He started as like senior year.
I
and
started
then
way before Ken.
He was a GA for 2 years. So this is his second year full time. Anyway,
I started before Ken.
yes, but you had a significantly long break in there.
I took a leave of absence. Is that not allowed?
I didn't get your pick.
Oh no, it wasn't a paperwork thing.
Who's gonna last longer, you or
Right now, me. Actually, Summer, he might dip at the same time, right off into the 1, 2, 3.
Oh, that's
Which is kind of like a sunset.
Yeah.
Sunset tequila, dude.
Empire singer. Here. Oh, for president? Between you and me, I imagine. Might be some interest.
Prez Brown?
Verbs 2020. Yeah.
Can I have the senior days sheet?
But,
That was a total joke.
oh yes, 100%. It's like basically nowhere.
2 degrees should be.
I already had 3 college degrees. associates even. Spartans.
I have two AAs.
Associate. I do.
I just have two AAs.
Because I went to for graduation, she said, you qualify for 2 degrees, do you want that? I said, yeah.
You have two diplomas?
Thank you. I have 3 diplomas.
But I'm saying two AA diplomas?
Yeah.
Just talk.
If you ask me where they are, I do not
For a
know.
while down there.
I also don't know what my bachelor's degree.
I just told him about that. We're doing the anthem and stuff. He was like, yeah, that makes sense. He's like, it always
Oh,
it's
right,
confusing, you know, like everyone like doesn't know what they're
I went to John Key's and
yeah, he's like, you know that. Actually,
I heard
not,
about
but
that.
oh, she's been there forever.
Yeah.
He was like, not as long as we.
Oh, I heard
He was right about there. Right. Gotta check it out.
This is not last night.
No, he's not there because Will's got that full-time job, so Will's
Good
not
to
there
see
anymore.
Joel.
He's
He's
sitting
the
in
guy
here.
who working here.
It's like a week ago.
Okay. I'm just saying.
He might still be on campus, but he's not in the house.
I think he's still on the task
He
committee.
works and he doesn't.
Maybe, possibly.
But,
It's still posted on Facebook.
But yeah.
Comes in
But,
for the bro hug.
He was like, yeah, one of the like manuals
No, I
that
just
NCAA
don't
sent
believe
everyone
Oh, really?
what to do like a riot.
So my other office,
He's like, I suggest that you start playing the national anthem.
with these books,
It's like,
Yeah.
because like everyone kind of like
John has
they won't know what to do, or they'll like stop for the
Yeah.
anthem. I was like,
forgot, he
that's
has-
pretty
he has,
clever.
like,
Like,
something-
I actually really like that.
like a or
He was
something.
probably just missing out in like,
It says,
you know,
like,
the 80s
or
or something.
like
But
big-
There's a riot on your field.
yeah, he's like, if you can't take
John, what's
control
going on
of
here? He's like,
Where is their office?
kind of other. It's like 2 blocks past Tampa. They have all the big trucks and stuff.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another broadcast here on the Sailfish Sports Network. I'm Michael Brown. We have two games ready for you this afternoon in beautiful West Palm Beach, Florida at JM Jake Rubin Park. You see the umpires and both head coaches getting through the ground rules and getting set for today's double dip. Palm Beach Atlantic coming out with a 7-4 victory in the Friday night opener last night in a very exciting ball game. Had a good crowd here last night, hoping for much the same today. We'll take a quick break. We'll get you all set with lineups after our prayer and national anthem, as well as our introductions of those starting lineups from our public address announcer. We'll have baseball here for you in about 8 minutes. Stay tuned, folks. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're back here once again at JMJ Rubin Park. I'm Michael Brown, ready to bring you pitch by pitch today here of two more games in this Sunshine State Conference Series against Palm Beach Atlantic and the University of Tampa. Sailfish coming out victorious in game number 1 of the series. Got good starting pitching from Mitchell Carroll, and then as he's done throughout most of the season, Orson Josefina locked it down in the final 3 innings for his 6th save. Sailfish coming out with a 7-4 victory. The Spartans really held with the Sailfish really even on the offensive side, but it was defensively, which a couple of missed plays cost them their opportunity to come out with a series opening win. Sailfish are now 19-17, 9-10 in the SSC. The Spartans are 25-11, 11-8 in the SSC. We'll have 2 games, both 9 inning. We'll have our senior day activities in between games today. So if you're tuning in especially to see a graduating senior, stay tuned with us here in between. We'll have that for you on the Sailfish Sports Network. It's Christian Denton on the mound for Palm Beach Atlantic. Let's get you first the Tampa Spartans starting lineup. They'll roll out a very similar lineup to last night with a couple of changes. Yorvis Torrealba is in left field and leading off as he did last night. Sam Freitas in the 2-hole in right field. Nick Durr moves up a few spots and is the DH. Alec Aliewine is the cleanup man once again at first base. Danny Servin again behind the plate, bats 5th. Cole Perry gets his start after a pinch hit appearance late yesterday, bats 6th, plays third base. Nick DeTringo, solid shortstop, bats 7th. Danny Blair in center field, bats 8th. Mikey Navarrete, the second baseman, rounds out the starting 9. It'll be Mason Duke towing the rubber in the bottom half for the Spartans. Here's how the Sailfish will set up defensively. Same outfield and same infield as yesterday. Brandon Seltzer in left, Derek Schwimmer in center, Brandon Smith in right, Sean Houck and Riley Harold on the left side at third and short respectively, Ramon Machado at second base, Danny Tuffarello at first base, Marcos Perez, as he's done every game this season, starts behind the plate. And Christian Denton, the junior left-hander, is on the mound. Sailfish in their home whites today. The Spartans countering with the gray pants and the black tops and black socks. The black tops, of course, with that Spartan red trim. And we're ready for baseball here as Denton, trying to come back from another really solid start last weekend, gets a fastball by Yorvis Torrealba for strike number 1. We're underway here at 12:04 p.m. Torrealba, a couple of good swings and a double to his credit last night. Watches this one just off the plate. Kevin Flay calls the balls and strikes. Gabriel Colon is on the bases. Of course, they flip-flopped from last night's Sunshine State Conference crew. 1-1, and another big swing and a miss from Torrealba, who is not afraid to unleash a wicked swing. Sailfish have limited their opponents to a .251 batting average this season. Very good work of late, especially from the starting staff. 1-2 from Denton as this one's hit the other way. Backhanding it is Tuffarello. He'll get a late sprinting Christian Denton, who does get there in time. And a nice 3-1 put out to start the ball game. Denton, as I mentioned, was very good in his last start down at Barry University last Saturday, a week ago. He comes into this ball game with a solid 3-3 mark, 3.70 earned run average. This is his 11th start, 58 1/3 innings under his belt, which is second to last night's starter Mitchell Carroll. He's got 49 strikeouts in those 58 1/3. His walk just 13. Sam Freitas watches this one hit on the inside corner. So Denton pumping the strike zone early. Denton again ready. Paints the outside corner, but it just missed. Kevin Flay, the home plate umpire, as I mentioned, a very tall umpire. Towering over Marcos Perez and Sam Freitas at the moment. So he'll have a good look at things, you would imagine. 1-1 from Denton. This one just at the belt and called strike 2. Looking for his first punch out. Here comes the 1-2. Inside, almost got him looking. Hit his spot, but Freitas jumped out of the way. And it's a 2-2 count now. Freitas, the right fielder, having a solid season. Pops this one up out of play. Coming into the series, Freitas 406 in 69 at-bats. Has had a great year. Not a lot of power, no homers and 9 RBIs, but a guy who gets on and can run a little bit. Inside, backs him off the plate once again, so it goes from 0-2 to 3-2. Mitchell Carroll towing the rubber last night, as he has almost every Friday night this spring. Christian Denton goes game 2 almost every time. This one's lined down the right field line, giving chase is Brandon Smith. He won't be able to get it. He'll cut it off. Throwing it in. Here's the relay from Machado. And just ahead of the tag applied by Riley Harold is Sam Freitas. So he picks up the first hit, a hustle double. And the Spartans are off to a good start here. Freitas didn't try and do too much with it, just went with Denton's outside offering and slapped it to the right side. Smith did a good job to get over there and cut it off from getting into the corner, but wasn't able to get the speedy Freitas from getting an extra base hit. So here's Nick Durr. Nick, a good hitter in his own right, 321. This one fouled away, and as you saw last night, the Spartans like to be aggressive on the first pitch. They know the reputation of Christian Denton, I'm sure, that he's a strike thrower, likes to get ahead. Here's the 0-1, off speed and just off the plate. Last night, Durr played third base, and it was a tough go of it for him. Did swing the bat pretty well, went 2 for 4 with a couple of RBIs. He batted in the 5 spot last night. This one smoked back to the screen. So it's 1-2 now to the Spartans' designated hitter. Beautiful day for baseball. Nice wind coming across the field, as it almost always does here at the Rinker Athletic Campus. Not quite as stiff of a wind as we saw at times last night, but it's from right to left. Denton up again, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here it comes. This one popped up in the infield. Should be an easy play. Who's going to take it? It appears to be Hauk. And he'll make the easy catch. So now Denton will have a chance to get a left-handed hitter in Alec Aliwine. Alec last night 2 for 4, a couple runs scored, driven in 1 run as well. Two outs in the first. Looked to be a little off speed perhaps, and he gets him looking at strike 1. Aliwine wore number 29 last night, but he's back in his more customary number 30 today in the black jersey. Selfish trying to plug up that hole with Ramon Machado shifting over a bit. Saw Aliwine pull the ball with regularity last night as he takes this one a little high. Freitas 6 out of 6 in stolen base attempts this year. You wouldn't expect him to be running here with the left-handed hitter up, but he does present a good chance to score on a hit to the outfield with 2 outs especially. 1-1, outside corner. He painted it nicely. A pretty generous outside corner, but hard to really gauge the zone so far. It's just 3 batters in, 4 batters in. Aliwine, the first baseman, in the box, waves the bat around. Here's the 1-2. Outside corner, the Sailfish dugout wanting back-to-back spots out there, but that one just a little too far out. Danny Servin, the catcher, is on deck. No balls, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the first. Going back away. Outside corner just missed. And, you know, the Sailfish are wondering how they got that second strike called, but the last two have just been a little too far out. In fact, I imagine that's what Marcos Perez is asking the home plate umpire at this point is it just off the plate? First base is open. Don't have to give in here with a good hitter. 3-2 from Denton. He fouls it away. Good piece of hitting there as he fouls it over towards the softball diamond. They'll be getting underway here in about 45 minutes. Sailfish softball taking on Florida Southern College after being victorious 7-1 last night. They'll look for the weekend series victory just as their baseball counterparts are here today. 3-2 again. Breaking ball, and he was on it. Fouled it back to the netting. Aliewine has struck out 19 times on the season, but he's also walked 26. So a guy who knows the strike zone, you would imagine. He's driven in 30 and hit a team best 7 home runs this year. This is a Tampa team that has a .312 batting average coming in. Another 3-2 inside, almost got him looking. Good pitch there by Denton. He just missed. He had been throwing him away, and he had surprised Aliewine, I believe, with that inside pitch, but just a little too far in. So this time the victory goes to Alec Aliewine. You know, Denton would love to put up a 0 here in the first, just as Mitchell Carroll did last night. Sailfish then struck for a first inning run and never trailed. They did tie it up later as this one hits the outside corner to Danny Servin. Spartans trailed 3-0 early last night, then came back for a 3 spot in the third. Sailfish took back the lead at 4-3 in the fourth and then got a 7-3 lead for settling on the 7-4 victory. Well played game. Sailfish bullpen will be pretty well rested. Orson Josefina, the only reliever used last night, to the tune of 45 pitches and 3 innings. No balls, 1 strike here to Danny Servin. This one all the way to the backstop. That one got away from Denton. Both runners will move up. Very much a rarity to see that happen to Sailfish pitchers and catchers. You know it's got to be wild to get it past Marcos Perez. Marcos will be one of the many seniors that we honor in between games. There's a nice sized crowd gathering there behind home plate. Many of them from the Hawks family. Got to hear from Tyler Hawk's grandfather, George Kidder. He just emailed in from the stands. Great to hear from him. Looking forward to catching up with him in between games. 1-1 now to Servin. Inside corner, strike 2. Good spot for that heater. Servin down in the count, as most of these hitters have been in this top of the first, but Denton has been tested. He's up to 26 pitches. Here's number 27, the 1-2. Check swing. Did he go? They say no. Marcos Perez wanted the home plate umpire to make the call himself, but as we talked about a little bit last night, we had 2 check swings that were called as strikes, and it's very difficult, especially in this alignment, the right-handed batter and the umpire on the shortstop side of second base, to really get much of a look at that check swing. Either way, there was going to be one side that was going to be upset. 2-2. Got him swinging, and Denton with a big fist pump. Sailfish get out of this first inning jam unscathed. We'll go to the bottom half of the first inning. No score. We'll get to the PBA lineup right after this.
So why are you at PBA?
Because I wanted to be in a Christian environment.
Because I love the community.
A million opportunities for me to get involved.
I really find myself growing here in my walk with God.
Because Palm Beach Atlantic University is anchored in faith,
anchored in values,
anchored in truth.
We educate, mentor, pray for our students,
so they can confidently launch.
Bottom half of the first inning, Sailfish get out of a top of the first jam on a big strikeout from Christian Denton. Let's go ahead and get you the starting lineup for the Sailfish. It's Derek Schwimmer leading off, Sean Houck batting second, Danny Tuffarello in the third spot, Brandon Seltzer bats cleanup, Connor Rowland batting fifth, the DH, Brandon Smith in the sixth spot, Riley Harold bats seventh, Marcos Perez eighth, and Ramon Machado rounding it out in the ninth spot, of course, all under the leadership of head coach Kent Bottenfield in his seventh season. If the Bottenfield family is watching out in Oregon, we'd like to say a special hello to them. As Schwimmer ready, the defense will get set for you here in just a moment for the Spartans. Schwimmer, a great night at the plate last night, 2 for 3 and a pair of walks, drove in 2 as well. This one popped up on the first pitch down the left field line, drifting away. That's going to be all the way to the wall. One hops the fence, in fact. And Schwimmer will have a leadoff double. That ball really just kept carrying. So Schwimmer continues to swing a great bat. Second straight game with a double. The wind is blowing that way, and it looked like Yorvis Torrealba, who was the DH last night, in left field today, didn't necessarily get a great read on that ball, and it really took off on him. At a dead sprint, I'm not sure if he gets it, but if he did read it off the bat, he might have had a chance. But either way, the Sailfish are in business with a leadoff double. Here's Sean Houck, one of the nation's top sacrifice bunt men. He shows it here and takes strike one on the inside corner from Mason Duke. Torrealba in left, Danny Blair in center, and Sam Freitas in right field. Same alignment we saw last night. Cole Perry gets the start at third base. Nick DeTringo and Mikey Navarrete, the middle infielders, and Alec Aliwine once again over at first. Danny Servin working with Duke. This one lined through the left side, and the Sailfish have the first 2 aboard. Sean Houck laces the single through. Coming up firing is Torrealba. Well, the Sailfish very content going base to base here with nobody out in the bottom of the first. Sean Houck's bat really pinging like a golf club there.
Number 25, first baseman, Danny Tuffarello.
Here's Danny Tuffarello. A tough night for the senior first baseman. He's had a fantastic season, but last night he was 0 for 5, hit into a double play. He'll hope to turn things around a bit here on Saturday. I'm sure he's got some family and friends in attendance watching on this senior weekend and alumni weekend. He swings the first pitch and fouls it back. Mason Duke, a guy who is a transfer from Virginia Tech. I take that back. My apologies. The University of Alabama. So many Division I transfers on both these teams, it's hard to keep them all straight. Duke from Hoover, Alabama, a senior right-hander. Originally went to Shelton State Community College, then 1 year at Alabama, and now here at Tampa. Outside corner, and Tuffarello is quickly down 0-2. Duke's numbers are outstanding coming into this series. He's making his 11th appearance. All of them have been starts. He's undefeated, 7-0 with a 1.76 earned run average. Not a big strikeout guy, 45 and 61 in the third innings, but he doesn't walk many. Just 10 free passes. So similar numbers for both starting pitchers today in that category. Check swing, Tuffarello held up, says the field umpire. Sailfish may have caught a break on that one. Runners at the corners. Good speed at both spots, especially at third, although Schwimmer's been slowed a bit by an ankle injury. And look at that check swing. Did he go around? And they pick off Sean Houck at first. Base running mistake there by the sophomore. Good move by Duke, and he got him. Oh, Tuffarello is down in the count, 1-2. You'd love to see him at least get a fly ball and drive in this run. Infield's back, so even a ground ball up the middle would likely score Schwimmer. 1-2. In the dirt, blocked nicely by Servin, who discards the mask. I didn't get a great look at Duke's move over to first, but makes you wonder if Houck might have been leaning. Duke getting his sign now with Schwimmer leading from third. Here's the 2-2 to Tuffarello. Popped up. That's not probably going to be deep enough to score the run. It'll stay on the infield. Aliwine will make the catch. Now the Sailfish will need a clutch hit or a help from the Tampa defense to score Schwimmer. At first and third, nobody out. But the pickoff and the pop-up in the infield have them 1 out away from getting no runs here. Seltzer, a 2-for-4 night last night, drove in a run in the first with a double down the left field line. He watches this fastball hit the outside corner. Duke, not a real hard thrower, but a guy who uses his command and mixes his tempo to the tune of that 7-0 and sub-2 ERA record this year. This one's off the plate. Seltzer, as we've seen throughout this 2019 campaign, a guy who will take some pitches, work some counts. Has good speed as well, so he puts some pressure on the defense. They play him to pull, also with that wind blowing. This one too low, as Servin couldn't quite snatch it closely. The shortstop DeTringo kind of trying to plug that 5-6 hole as well. Brandon in the driver's seat with a 2-1 count. Here it comes. This one a good swing, but he was a little late. Fouled it off. It's 2-2. If Seltzer could reach, Connor Rowland would have a chance here in the first. Rowland, one of those seniors that will be honored in between games. Two balls, two strikes to the Sailfish left fielder. Here comes. Off the plate, and it'll go full. Duke really pulling that one. Didn't give himself much of a chance to get a chase from Seltzer. Seltzer looks out. Duke looks in. Here's the 3-2. Good swing, and he fouled it back to the parking lot. Duke doesn't appear, at least from my vantage point, to be a guy who's going to overpower you. "45 strikeouts in 61-plus innings this year. Seltzer back in there, ready to go. So is Duke. Another 3-2. Couldn't stop the swing. They'll have to throw him out. Here's the throw down, and they do get him. So the Sailfish squander an opportunity at first and third, nobody out. Duke gets out of it with a pickoff, a pop-up, and a strikeout. After one, no score.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Top half of inning number 2, no score as both teams threatened, but were held off the scoreboard. As Christian Denton will go back to work against Cole Perry, Nick DeTringo, and Danny Blair. The 6, 7, and 8 hitters in this Spartans Saturday lineup. This one's staying a little high. Cole Perry out of Jacksonville, Florida. He's a senior. Went to St. John's River State College. He skies this one to center field, but Schwimmer, who will have to come in hard now, will come on for the catch. I wouldn't be surprised we saw a few home runs today, but it's not going to be on balls hit super high. If someone turns on one and goes to left, I think they've got a good shot, as we saw Derek Schwimmer's leadoff double really carry that way. There's a pretty stiff wind now cutting across the field and going out to left a little bit. Here's DeTringo. He watches strike one come in. DeTringo last night, 1 for 2, also had a walk and a run scored. This one comes back over the plate, not where he wanted it, but got the strike call as Perez kicked that right leg out. We've seen that from both sides today, and saw it quite a bit last weekend with Barry's catcher. He was very much Tony Pena-esque. Here's the 0-2. They set up away. It comes back over the plate. And again, Denton fortunate that that one didn't go the other direction. Too good of an 0-2 pitch, but he had good velocity on it. DeTringo, as we mentioned last night, from Ruskin, Florida, outside of Tampa. 0-2. This one stays way high as a shadow or cloud cover comes over the field a little bit. Nice sized crowd is gathered here. 1-2. Tapper left side, going to be a tough play for Harold deep in the hole. He comes up firing, will not be in time. As DeTringo runs well. Harold and Tuffarello did everything they could. The only thing Harold might have done differently is gone to a backhand there and just tried to load up and throw it across. But DeTringo, his counterpart at shortstop, sprinting down the line, gets the second hit of the day for the Spartans. Here's Danny Blair, a guy who runs well in his own right. Saw him square around a bunt a few times last night as well. He watches this off-speed pitch miss outside. Blair out of Bel Air, Maryland, and a University of South Carolina Gamecock transfer. Blair, a senior in his second year with the Spartans as Denton throws over. Blair last night 0 for 4. In fact, was the one of only 2 starters for Tampa that did not have a hit. Mickey Navarrete, who is waiting on deck, also no hits. He was 0 for 3. It was Kevin Pimentel and Mitchell Carroll last night in a good matchup of Friday night starters. This one hits the outside corner nicely, and it's 1-1. Sailfish softball warming up over at Simpson Field, hoping for a series win today against the Mocs. 1-1 now as Perez will bounce back outside, just missing off the corner. Lefty on left, 2 lefties in the starting lineup, Blair and Aliwine. 2-1. Breaking ball, got him looking there for a second strike. We haven't seen many of those curveballs yet from Christian. That's been one of his go-to pitches throughout his career, especially against lefties. That one had a little tighter spin than I've noticed some other times. He has more of a big swooping curve. 2-2 is preceded by a throw over. Sailfish would love a ground ball hit maybe to Machado right here. Here's the 2-2. He pops it up instead, and it's out of play. Blair, a 5'11", 195-pound senior. Saw plenty of time at South Carolina before transferring to Tampa. Was a starter 25 times as a sophomore. 2-2, but first a snap throw over. Hit 258, couple of doubles, a homer, 9 driven in, stole 4 bases in that sophomore campaign. He played in 22 games for the Gamecocks as a true freshman. 2-2. Denton ready. This one hit through the left side of the infield. A nice spot for that one. Rounding second, heading for third. Here's the throw in. Not in time as Seltzer put a good throw on the bag. But DeTringo, as we saw in his infield single, runs very well. Aggressively cut around second, headed for third. Sailfish thankful that Danny Blair didn't follow and go to second. One more look here. Crossed up the defense a bit. Seltzer, who was kind of guarding the line, had a long way to go. Cut it off, threw it in nicely, but not in time to get the speedy DeTringo heading to third. So the pop out to center started the inning, and then we've got back-to-back singles. Blair, one of the top stolen base threats on this Spartans roster. Could he be on the move here? Blair 10 out of 12. Showing bunt and almost a disastrous play there as DeTringo was about a third of the way down the line hoping for a squeeze play. Perez was ready to throw but thought better of it. Throw over as Denton wants to keep an eye on Blair. Mikey Navarrete, the hitter at the plate, 0 for 3 last night. One 1-0 now from Denton. Swing and a miss. Navarrete went to Christopher Columbus High School before moving on to Santa Fe Junior College. Well, Mikey may have some friends in the PBA dugout, even in the batter's box area, as Marcos Perez, a Miami native himself. 1-1 the throw over, and as we all know, Miami, a very small town, so most people know each other there. One, showing bunt again and called a strike as Navarrete pulled it back. Mikey played his junior college baseball at Santa Fe for head coach Johnny Wiggs. What a great name. Good name if you're a baseball coach. Good name if you're just a person on this planet, in my book. 1-2. Couldn't get him to chase the high stuff, and it's 2-2 now. Two balls, 2 strikes. Blair a short lead at first. They set up in. Here's the pitch. He hammers it to deep left, but it's well foul. Navarrete, a 302 hitter entering, beg your pardon, the series this weekend. Hasn't received everyday playing time. This is his 18th game, 12th start. Denton's going to step off and recollect himself. Now ready for another 2-2. This one hit into right center field. Going to be a tough play for Brandon Smith, but he does come on, make the catch. He'll throw to the plate. It's cut off, or attempted to be cut off, by Toffarello, and that'll be deep enough to score DeTringo. So the Spartans strike first here on Saturday with a second inning run on the sacrifice fly from Mikey Navarrete. Good job there by Brandon to get over and make that catch, and then his throw back towards home was very low, so Toffarello was able to cut it off and keep Blair from trying to advance. The Sailfish will try and limit the damage here as they'll turn the lineup back over to Jorvis Torrealba at the top. Blair again, a short lead. This one skied to left. Should be a play made by Seltzer, who will take some strides in, make the catch, and Denton gets out of it. Just one run, but 2 hits as the Spartans strike first. We go to the bottom of the second, 1-0 UT.
The next time you travel to town to watch the Fish 2 battle, consider staying at the official hotel partner of Palm Beach Atlantic Athletics, the Holiday Inn Airport and Conference Center. The Holiday Inn is conveniently located less than a mile from the Reeker Athletic Campus and is easily accessible to Palm Beach International Airport and our downtown campus. With deluxe accommodations for teams and fans alike, be sure and choose Holiday Inn for your next overnight stay, and don't forget to ask for the special PBA Sailfish rate. Jimmy John's of West Palm Beach is a proud sponsor of Palm Beach Atlantic Athletics, as well as the freaky fast sandwich choice of sailfish everywhere. Whether ordering for one or a whole team, Jimmy John's can deliver right to your doorstep here in downtown West Palm Beach and provide you with some of the best sandwiches around. The Clematis location is just a few blocks away from campus, or order online at jimmyjohns.com.
Bottom half of the second inning, Sailfish will try and get the run back as they will send Connor Rowland, Brandon Smith, and Riley Harold to the plate. Before we get too far into this ball game and in this series, I want to give a couple special shout outs to our good friends Shirley watching up from the Northeast, Brandon Pastaguy. Hope you're enjoying your afternoon of Sailfish baseball and Tampa Spartan baseball, as well as Henry from henrysbaseballclub.com. What a great individual he is in our lives and those he comes in contact with. Be sure to check out more of his action at henrysbaseballclub.com if you're looking for games in the Boston Park League. Here's Connor Rowland, ready to go here against Mason Duke. Swinging at the first pitch, he chops it over towards Bo McMillan, who makes a nice short hop scoop, and he's keeping the baseball as a souvenir for his son Mickey. Just kidding, he'll probably return it to the dugout. This one down in the dirt, now even 1-1. If you'd like to reach out to us via email, check in with us as you're enjoying your Saturday afternoon. We'd love to hear from you. 1-1 lined into left field. Third hit of the day for Sailfish hitters as Rowland smacks that one into left. That email address is Michael, M-I-C-H-A-E-L, _Brown at pba.edu.
Number 13, right fielder Brandon Smith.
Authentic stuff.
3 hits apiece. Sailfish have got the leadoff man on in both innings. Rowland leading from first. Big swing and a miss there by Smith at that slide piece. Connor Rowland leading from first base after the single. Oh, 1. Bluffing the steal is Rowland, and taking another breaking ball, this time on the outside corner, is Smith. It's 0-2. Riley Harold, the switch hitting shortstop, waits on deck, and Marcos Perez would then be in the hole. 0-2 to Smith from Duke. Tried 3 straight breaking balls. This time couldn't get a chase or a strike called. One ball, 2 strikes. Here to the Sailfish right fielder, Brandon Smith. Rowland getting a good lead, and now has to dive back as we've already seen Duke pick off 1 Sailfish base runner today. In the first inning, it was Sean Houck caught napping. And Rowland, who likes to get a pretty aggressive lead. Had to dive back in just ahead of the throw. As Duke will step off. One ball, two strikes. Fouled it off the pole. And making the catch is Riley Harold. Great grab. Sailfish and Spartans will do battle one more time this afternoon after about a 45-minute break or so for senior day and food for the teams. Another snap throw over. Duke has very quick feet. Coach McMillan once again giving some instruction from that third base coaching box, which he's actually standing in. Coach Sizemore kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out on the first base side. Here's the 1-2. Outside. Brandon working another good at bat. They play him to go the other way in the outfield. Danny Blair, the center fielder, swung around a little bit towards right center. We've seen Brandon really go line to line this season. He likes both power alleys. Another snap throw over as Duke likes to mix up his tempo and would appear to be a guy who's going to be very tough to steal a base on. Two balls, two strikes, and now we're ready again. Breaking ball. A very late strike three call, but it is called. And that will get Brandon Smith down on strikes. One more look here. Did he catch the inside corner? A generous inside corner. Wasn't caught very well either. That is what possibly cost Duke a more clear, convincing strikeout. But either way, it goes down in the books as a punch out. His second of the game. That breaking ball really backed up on him. Another throw over as Rowland really not getting much of a lead now. Has to dive back. Again ready, here's Harold's first chance as he lays down a bunt. It's a pretty good one. Duke very quick off the mound. Airmails the throw a bit, but Aliwine able to go up the ladder and make the grab. A good attempt by Riley, and it'll go down in the book as a sacrifice bunt. Was probably bunting more for a hit there, but he does move the runner along. Nice athletic play there by Mason Duke.
Number 5, catcher Marcos Perez.
Now Perez will get a chance to drive in the tying run. It'll need to be a 2-out hit, though. That sacrifice bunt going down 1-3. Rolling now out at second base. Perez in the box. Got a pitch to hit, and he fouled it back. 0-2 now. Perez has his average at .211 on the season. Has driven in 6. He'd love to make it 7 right here. 0-2 from Duke. Breaking ball off the plate. Duke taking a step or two towards his own dugout, thinking maybe he got Kevin Flay, the home plate umpire, to punch out the Sailfish catcher. Beautiful day for baseball. About 83 degrees. And a nice breeze coming across. calling for a high of 85 tomorrow. Duke taking his time. Here's the 1-2 now to Perez. This one off the plate. Duke not the quickest of workers. Really deliberate here in these pressure situations. If Perez could go the other way, he's got some room on that right side of the infield. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball in there. Strike 3. And Duke gets his man. Sailfish get the leadoff man aboard again. 2 straight innings, but they haven't been able to crack the scoreboard. It's 1-0 Spartans after 2.
The next time you travel to town to watch the Fish Stew battle, consider staying at the official hotel partner of Palm Beach Atlantic Athletics, the Holiday Inn Airport and Conference Center. The Holiday Inn is conveniently located less than a mile from the Reeker Athletic Campus and is easily accessible to Palm Beach International Airport and our downtown campus. With deluxe accommodations for teams and fans alike, be sure and choose Holiday Inn for your next overnight stay, and don't forget to ask for the special PBA Sailfish rate. Jimmy John's of West Palm Beach is a proud sponsor of Palm Beach Atlantic Athletics, as well as the freaky fast sandwich choice of Sailfish everywhere. Whether ordering for one or a whole team, Jimmy John's can deliver right to your doorstep here in downtown West Palm Beach and provide you with some of the best sandwiches around. The Clematis location is just a few blocks away from campus, or order online at jimmyjohns.com.
Ready for the top half of the 3rd inning. We're almost an hour into this ball game. After the 2 innings, 6 hits, 1 run. That being belonging to the Spartans so far. If you're tuning in locally and still want to come out, there's plenty of time. We'll have 2 games here on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. If you're tuning in, we're glad you joined us as Christian Denton delivers the first pitch of the 3rd, but it's high to Sam Freitas. And it sounds like softball's getting underway over there, as I hear the walk-up song of Sailfish pitcher Abby Busby playing in the background. Two balls, no strikes. This one lined down the left field line. Will be extra bases for Freitas. He's already got 1 double on the day, and it looks like he'll have number 2. Went around that outside pitch and hooked it down the left field line. Good piece of hitting. Actually, it drifted a little bit more over the plate than I thought originally, and Freitas didn't miss it. Denton so far today has not been his sharpest command-wise. He's got good velocity and good movement on his pitches, but he's missing the target. And the Spartans are too good of a hitting team to that happen consistently and get away with it. So unlike the Sailfish, the Spartans have their first leadoff man aboard. As a big swing here from Nick Durr comes up empty. Durr popped out to Houck at 3rd base in his only other at bat back in the 1st. Denton working, of course, from the stretch. Delivers this one. It's lined into center field. That will get down. Charging hard is Schwimmer. Coming up quickly. Here's the throw towards the plate. It's cut off nicely by Tuffarello as the Spartans continue to be aggressive on the bases. Freitas scoring from second on the RBI single from Nick Durr. One more look there. That one right down Broadway. Hit it a little bit off the end of the bat, but got it into center field. A good low throw again by Schwimmer, but it was going to be well up the third base line as Coach Bottenfield going to come out and have a chat with his left-handed starting pitcher. This may be one of those days where Christian, try as he might, may just not quite have the feel for his command. The hope is that'll come along, but with a pretty well-rested bullpen, you can't imagine the Sailfish will allow things to go too far along if the Spartans keep making the kind of contact they are right now. Spartans SID in town today covering the UT baseball teams. Going suns out, guns out back there. Can't recall his name, but came up here earlier and introduced himself, and he's doing social media for UT, and he's got the sleeves rolled up, looking good out there. Working on the tan and working on the social media. You got to like it. This one popped up by Aliewine on the first pitch. Coming out towards Seltzer and left. He should have an easy play at it. He does. So one pitch, one out here to Aliewine. A big first out, in fact, of the frame after the double and single has made it 2-0. Servin was a strikeout victim. In fact, the only strikeout thus far for Denton. That ended the long first inning when Christian was able to hold him off the scoreboard. But the last two innings have seen the UT tack on one in each so far. Off the plate as Servin gives a look at it. Sailfish would love a double play ground out here to end the frame. Catcher running. Perez ready now as this one slashed foul. We'll have our Sailfish trivia question of the day coming up in the top of the fourth, and we'll answer it in the top of the fifth. Hope you'll participate. You can do so by email. We did not have any correct responses to yesterday's trivia question. We'll hope for better results today. Here's the 1-1. Off speed through the left side. Harold's going to track it down, but won't have a play. Hitting the perfect spot. He got it in on his hands just how he wanted, but Servin able to serve it right into that 5-6 hole. And the hits, unfortunately, are starting to pile up. It's now 6 of them for UT. 3 in this inning. Double, single, fly out, and now another single. That'll bring up Cole Perry. Cole flew out to center field his first time. Watches this one miss on the outside corner. Perry batting in the 6th spot in the order and playing third base today. 1-0. Couldn't stop the swing, and it's maybe a strike anyway. 1-1 now. A very veteran-laden squad on both these teams, but the Spartans particularly have a lot of seniors in that starting lineup, including Perry. 1-1. This one left over the plate. Flipped out towards right field. Coming on is Smith. He'll make the catch and get it back in quickly. Better job there from Denton on the last two hitters, hitting his spots. Had the tough luck of getting the weak contact that fell in the hole with Danny Servin, and that one just flipped out easily to right. DeTringo will now have a chance. He's singled and scored back an inning ago. Scored on a Mikey Navarrete sacrifice fly. Denton would love to limit the damage with just the one run in this inning. His first offering, though, is high, ball one. And Denton here in the third inning is already up to 62 pitches. One ball, no strikes. Denton from the stretch, here it comes. Popped up, could be a play for Perez. He's coming back towards the backstop, but will run out of room. It's in the fourth row of the bleachers. A fan from Destin, Florida, picking that one up. Just my guess. As of now, Mr. Destin is either headed to the parking lot with his new souvenir or over to the dugout to give it back. It looks like he's doing the Good Samaritan route. Nice job, sir. 1-1 now. This one painted on the outside corner. Nice adjustment there. And it's 1-2. Denton would love another strikeout here to strand a couple more runners. Perez going through a long set of signs now. Looks like they've got what they want. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball, flipped out towards right. Going to be a tough play for Brandon Smith. He's not going to be able to make it. Tuffarello will actually pick it up, throw it back in towards second. It's going to get away into the left field corner. One other run is going to come around. They're going to wave DeTringo to the plate. Now they'll hold him up. A little bit of circus baseball here for the Sailfish as that one thrown away by Danny Tuffarello. 2 runs come in to score, and it's now 4-0. DeTringo making it all the way into third, almost ended up with a Little League home run. He just flipped it out there into shallow right field. Tuffarello threw it into second base, but was nowhere near. And Houck had to try to chase it down. Well, now Denton has to try and limit the damage to just the 4 runs. He'll face Blair here. So credit as the bunt is laid down perfectly. Going to be a tough play as Perez will fire to first, not in time. Beautiful bunt there by Danny Blair. Scores another run. It's 5-0 UT as the Spartan fans are feeling pretty good about this one. Not much of a chance for anybody to make this play, especially with a left-handed pitcher on the mound. Perez made it as close as he could.
Number 27, second baseman, Mikey Navarrete.
So things have come unraveled here in the third. It was just a 1-0 deficit entering the inning. It looked like it might get out of it with just 2 runs. And the last 2 plays have resulted in 3. Credit Blair with the RBI. He's perfect 2 for 2. Big swing there by Navarrete. Couldn't have put that bunt in a more perfect spot. And now there is activity in the Sailfish bullpen. Some stretching going on. 1-1. Fouled off by Navarrete. In fact, it's actually a hitter getting loose down there, and Andreas Papa George. One ball, 2 strikes to UT second baseman. Swinging and missing at that one as Denton gets the strikeout. But UT piles on 4. They now lead at 5-0 as the Sailfish will hope to get the offense going in the bottom of the third.
Start your day with the new Hash Brown Scramble Bowl from Chick-fil-A.
Sometimes it's hard to tell from the outside what a personal injury law firm actually does. We're busy meeting our clients, learning about their injuries, and hearing about how the accident has affected their life. We do all the work to make sure the insurance company takes your case seriously. We strategize and we prepare for trial. We spend our days and even our nights pursuing justice and protecting the rights of our clients. That's what we do.
Sailfish will try and fight back here in the bottom of the third. They've dug themselves an early hole of 5-0. Ramon Machado will be the man to try and get the comeback effort started. He was a good 3 for 4 last night at the plate. 3 singles. As Mason Duke goes back to work, he had a nice long break in the top half of the inning while his offense sent 8 men to the plate. He's given up leadoff hits to Sailfish batters in the first 2 innings, but has worked his way around it. This one will likely not be in that category as it's popped up into shallow left center. Coming on to make the easy grab is Danny Blair. That'll take us back to the top of the order. Derek Schwimmer and Sean Houck both had hits their first time up.
Number 1, center fielder Derek Schwimmer.
Sailfish softball off to a great start. First 3 batters have singled, 1 has scored as they lead 1-0 over Florida Southern. Here's Schwimmer. Shortens the bunt, takes a pitch on the outer area of the strike zone. Schwimmer doubled to the left field corner his first time up today, but was stranded at third. In there for strike 2. Mason Duke back on the hill, ready to go again. Here's the 0-2 offering in the dirt. Duke gonna rub up a baseball, get it ready to go. Now here he comes, 1-2. Breaking ball and a beauty, but it's just off the plate. Two balls, 2 strikes to the PBA center fielder, who taps it right back up the middle. DeTringo charges, fields, throws, and gets Schwimmer by a half step. Aliewine, the first baseman, really likes to come off the bag after he makes the catch. It's very close, but it looks like he holds just in time. Good first basemen have a way of doing that. Here's Houck, who singled through the left side his only other at-bat. Good to hear from Arnie Preheim. I hope I'm saying that right, Arnie. Watching from Franklin, Tennessee. 60 degrees and rainy, he says. Tennessee today. This one lined down the left field line, but foul. He says it looks beautiful here, and I can confirm to you, Arnie, it is very beautiful. 82 degrees, nice breeze, lots of umbrellas in the stands, but those are just to give some folks some shade. Houck back in there, but Duke is needing a little extra time. Now he's ready. His windup and delivery comes in on the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Houck will look to fight back from the 0-2 count against Duke. He'll deliver the pitch, but it's off the plate. He gets a glove pump there from his catcher, Danny Servin. He liked the location of that 0-2 offering. Here's the 1-2 now in the dirt as Houck holds up his swing. If Houck could reach here in the third, it would give Danny Tuffarello a chance. Otherwise, we'll see him lead things off in the fourth inning. Duke ready again now for the 2-2. Got him on the inside corner, jammed him, cutting across his Cole Perry off-balance throw, but it's on the money. Haley makes the catch, and that ends the PBA third inning. They go in order. It's 5-0 Spartans. We've played 3.
The Sailfish Booster Club is responsible for raising funds to support our athletic teams with travel, uniforms, and equipment. Even small gifts can go a long way in supporting our teams. It is only through the generous gifts of all of our supporters that all the costs of our athletic programs can be funded. If you are currently a member, thank you. If you are not, please visit pbasailfish.com/give today and become a member of the Sailfish Booster Club. Looking for a night out with friends or family after the game? Consider any one of the 15 Duffy Sports Grill locations here in Palm Beach County. Visit the Clematis location just 1 mile from PBA for great food, excellent service, and a sports watching experience like nowhere else. Head over to duffysmvp.com for the full menu, including great lunch specials, and to check out their 10 delicious wing flavors.
Top of the fourth inning, which means it's Sailfish trivia time here once again at Rubin Park. Let's take a look at today's trivia. What former MLB All-Star holds the NCAA Division I record for hitting streak at 58 games? Is it Lance Berkman, Robin Ventura, Rafael Palmeiro, or Jackie Bradley Jr.? You can email your answers to Michael_Brown at pba.edu. Berkman, Ventura, Palmeiro, or Bradley Jr., longest Division I hitting streak at an astonishing 58 games. We'll answer that question in the top half of the fifth inning. Hope you'll participate. Get your name into our Sailfish Prize Pack drawing, which we'll do in 2 weeks in our final series of the year. Christian Denton will try and keep them where they're at here in the top of the fourth. Big swing there by Yorvis Torrealba comes up empty. We're in the top of the fourth, and Torrealba is already up for the third time, so that kind of tells you how things have been going for the Spartans offensively today. Swinging again, but fouling it off. Torrealba has not been part of the problem for Denton. He's 0 for 2. The man on deck, however, has. He's 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. That's Sam Freitas. No balls, 2 strikes, as this one's grounded to the left side. Harold will have a chance. Throws across and gets him. Good start for Denton here in the fourth.
Number 28, right fielder Sam Freitas.
Here's Sam Freitas, we mentioned has those 2 doubles, has scored a run. Breaking ball, but he spun it up there a little bit. Somewhat of a cement mixer. Sailfish softball out to a 3-0 lead after 1 inning of play. This one launched to deep right center, but Schwimmer appears to have a beat on it. He'll make the over-the-shoulder catch. And that will be out number 1 here, out number 2 here in the top of the 4th.
Number 10, designated hitter Nick Durr.
Here's Nick Durr, the DH. He had an RBI single his last time up after popping to third baseman Sean Houck in the first. His fastball misses on the inside part of the plate. Durr watches the 1-0 offering across the plate for strike number 1. One, big swing there by Nick Durr. Good to hear from our good buddy Nick Kovacs, who's participating in a trivia today. Must be an off day for his beloved Philadelphia Phillies, as this one's off the plate. And by off day, I mean either off day for him or he hasn't gone into the stadium yet, because I don't know too many MLB teams that have Saturdays off. Here's the 2-2. Just missed the outside corner. Denton wanted that one, didn't get it. And it'll go full to Durr. Nick Kovacs, former Friday night starter for PBA. It's alumni weekend here for Sailfish Baseball. Wish Nick could join us. I saw a lot of alumni here last night. This one's skied out of play. We'll see if we see a few more of them later this afternoon and or tomorrow morning for the slow pitch softball game that'll take place here between the alumni. Last year it was the old alums versus the young alums. And from what I had heard, the old alums took it to them. A young alum to my left, Ryan Gerber, says they gave it to them, as Durr will take this one on the inside and earn himself a walk. Kovacs, if you're still viewing right now, I'm not sure where you would stand on the old alums or the young alums. You're getting up there, buddy.
Number 30, first baseman Alec Lewan.
There was a young man or young coach just emerging from the Tampa dugout over there. I saw him come out to get one of the bats, and as he delivers this pitch in, and he had a very large, I would label gaudy, gold chain on. My assumption is that's some sort of home run chain. We've seen that from Lynn University as well over the years, since the University of Miami football team made the turnover chain popular. Baseball teams have taken it, stolen the idea, and gone with the home run chain or something of the like. There have not been any homers in this series yet by either team, but that could change with a guy like Alec Lewan in the box. He would really have to muscle up on a day like today, though. He does muscle up there and fouls it back. 2 balls, 1 strike to him. Lewan walked and flew out to left in his 2 plate appearances today. Two and 1. This one right over the heart of the plate, and it's 2-2. Here's the 2-2 offering. This one grounded right side towards Ramon Machado. He'll gobble it up, throw over, and that will end the top half of the 4th. It's a scoreless frame. 5-0 UT. You're watching PBA Baseball here on the Sailfish Sports Network.
Are you in need of the latest sailfish gear? Visit pbasailfishgear.com for all the best in sailfish products. The official online store of PBA Athletics has everything from t-shirts, sweatshirts, and polos to drinkware, business accessories, and even pet supplies. Visit pbasailfishgear.com, your one-stop shop for sailfish swag. The Arrigo Automotive Group are longtime supporters of Palm Beach Atlantic University. Known for their wide selection of vehicle offerings at multiple locations in South Florida, Arrigo offers a comprehensive new and used car buying experience including parts, service, and repairs, not to mention straightforward financing. Search their inventory and schedule a test drive from your smartphone or by visiting them online at arrigo.net today.
First pitch swing from Danny Tuffarello is fouled back. Just talking off the air there about great college players in relation to our trivia question today, which we're getting some nice responses in from you all. We'll answer that trivia question the top of the fifth after the Sailfish bat here in the bottom of the fourth. And the question was asked, as this one misses low, from Mason Duke. Do many great college players at the Division I level especially correlate to great MLB players? And that's sometimes not the case. The all-time home run leader for Division I college baseball, first the 1-1, launched a deep left, but I think it will hook foul. Had the distance of a home run, but Tuffarello will stay at home. 1-2 now. Is Pete Incaviglia. Pete had 100 home runs in his college career. He is currently the manager of the Sugarland Skeeters. And he had 42 home runs as a senior. 1-2 now to Tuffarello, who will tap it left side. Coming in quickly is DeTringo. He'll take his time, throw across, and get his man. That'll bring up Seltzer. Sailfish will try and snap this scoreless streak they've got working here through 3 1/3 against Mason Duke. As Seltzer takes a pitch inside. Speaking of Brandon Seltzer, good to hear from Torianne Zampella. She's a Spartan fan and parent of catcher Luke McDonald. He's a freshman on the Spartans team, as this one's down and away. She's watching today's broadcast from Brooklyn, New York, and her son had a chance to play against Brandon Seltzer in Staten Island during their Little League days. (2-0 to Seltzer, as this one's fouled off his own body, it appears. She makes a good point that she's a diehard Tampa fan, but it's nice to see the local boys doing well. So thanks for checking in with us, Torianne. Hope things are going well in Brooklyn today. Plenty of folks from the great state of New York make their way down in these parts this time of year to get out of the cold winters. There are a few probably sitting around the ballpark this afternoon. Seltzer back in the box in a hitter's count. Haven't had a whole lot of those last few innings against Duke, who's falling behind 3-1. This one lined to center field, coming on, but not able to make the play is Danny Blair. This one smoked right back where it came from. Seltzer got the 3-1 offering and didn't miss it.
Designated hitter, Connor Rowland.
That breaks up a streak of 8 straight that Duke had retired. Dating back to the man who steps in the box now, Connor Rowland, who singled to lead off the second inning. He swings and misses at this first pitch offering here in the fourth. In response to my question about would Nick Kovacs play on the old version or the young version of the alumni team, first the 0-1. Off the plate, and this time Connor able to lay off. He says he's as young as you feel, and he's feeling like he could still spin up an 82-pitch complete game. Amen to that. Nick threw one of the more impressive games in Sailfish baseball history down at Barry University when he went all 9 and did so in record fashion with just 82 pitches. Got us back on I-95 and headed back towards Palm Beach. Plenty of time to hit up the nightlife after the game. 1 ball, 1 strike to Connor Rowland. This one at the knees or a little below, and it's 2-1. Nick, one of our baseball alums that have stayed in the game of baseball. He works for the grounds crew for Philadelphia Phillies. Some exciting times in that city going on right now with the renewed energy of the Phillies franchise. Here's the 2-1, fouled back by Rowland. We'll have the answer to our trivia question coming up in the top of the 5th. You still have time to get your answer in, however, if you haven't done so already or just want to check in with us with a hello and story from where you're watching from. 2-2 now to Rowland. Breaking ball, he fouls it away. That email address again is michael_brown@pba.edu. Many of our regular contributors via email are right here in the ballpark this weekend for Senior Day and Alumni Weekend. But we're glad to be able to bring you the broadcast here this afternoon, wherever you're watching from. 2-2 now to Rowland. Breaking ball, popped into shallow center. Going to be a tough play for Blair, but it looks like he's got the wheels to get under it. He does. Both teams employ speedy center fielders out there. Derek Schwimmer and Danny Blair, both left-handed in the box, but Blair is the only left-handed fielder amongst the two. Both cover a lot of ground, and you need that here at a ballpark like Jake Rubin Park. 400 to straightaway center, 330 down the lines, and 375 or so to the power alleys. Field once again in tremendous shape from our grounds crew, as we're in the 5th season here at the Jake. Hard to believe it's already been 5 years here at the new home of Sailfish baseball. 2 outs here in the 4th, and Seltzer got a huge jump, and he'll go in easily standing as he had timed up Mason Duke there. That could be a big play if Smith, who took the strike, thankfully, can't get a base hit. You got to start chipping away. Duke, who's done a great job of holding runners today, just may have forgotten a little bit about Seltzer. Didn't expect him to steal down 5 runs. This one grounded right back up the middle. That'll get through. Seltzer will round third, and he'll score. So that does pay off. And the Fish are on the board with an RBI single from Brandon Smith. Great base running by the Sailfish. Smith didn't try and do too much. Slapped it right back up the middle. And Seltzer, with those good wheels and the ball not hit tremendously hard, was able to come around easily. Now to bring up Harold. Harold laid down a sacrifice bunt, almost earned himself a hit his first time up. Here's the offering. Stays high. Maybe Riley could hook one into that right field corner. Allow Smith to motor around. They play him to go the other way. Blair swung around towards left center. Torrealba, the left fielder, shaded towards the line. Here's the 1-0. He takes a big cut, but fouls it off his shin, I believe. Remember to stick around in between games. We'll have our Senior Day festivities not long after the conclusion of game number 2. And then we'll get ready for game number 3 of the series, as Harold giving a little extra time here to try to get some feeling back in what appears to be that left leg. Kevin Flay, the home plate umpire, probably has had a few off of his leg over the years. No, he's got some shin guards on. There is definitely a understanding in the world of baseball what that's like to foul one off or be hit by a pitch. 1-1 now. And he fouls that one back to the netting. Went above the zone there and got Harold to chase. Haven't had a lot of planes flying over today. I'm not sure if President Donald Trump's in town or not. About every weekend this time of year it seems that he is here, but I did not hear his travel schedule this weekend. 1-2. Harold ready. Breaking ball. He hit his spot nicely, but it was just off the plate. A few Spartans were headed towards the dugout thinking they had gotten strike 3. Sailfish have gotten one back here on the RBI single from Smith. They'd love to add on more. Put a dent into this now 4-run lead. 2-2. Swung on and it's going to get away. Harold didn't notice right away. Servin able to get it, throw it over, and get his man. So the Sailfish do just get the one on the RBI single from Smith, scoring Seltzer. We go to the top of the 5th. We'll have our trivia answer right after this.
So why are you at PBA?
Because I wanted to be in a Christian environment.
Because I love the community. A million opportunities for me to get involved.
I really find myself growing here in my walk with God.
Because Palm Beach Atlantic University is anchored in faith,
anchored in values,
Anchored in truth.
we educate, mentor, pray for our students,
so they can confidently
launch.
Top half of the 5th inning, time for our Sailfish trivia question. A reminder once again what that question is. What former MLB All-Star holds the NCAA Division I record for hitting streak at 58 games? Your choices were Berkman, Ventura, Palmero, or Jackie Bradley Jr. And all of you that answered were all correct. It is Robin Ventura for the Oklahoma State University Cowboys in 1987. He was just a sophomore then. The future all-star third baseman for the White Sox, Mets, and others. Had a fantastic college career. Led the nation in RBIs, runs scored, and total bases as a freshman. Came back in his sophomore season and basically hit in every game. 58-game hitting streak. Christian Denton, after a good 4th inning, will go back to work here in the 5th. his team one run closer after the RBI single that got them on the board from Brandon Smith in the bottom of the fourth. Sailfish will hopefully win the second half of this game after the Spartans took the first half. Thanks to those who participated. Arnie Preheim, you were correct. Nick Kovacs, you were correct. Justin Burkholder, you were correct. Evan Sizemore, you were incorrect. This one fouled back as Perez may have thought that one was straight up. All those other players we listed in the question of Berkman, Palmero, and Bradley Jr. are all.
Just to confirm, the table that I got from the EJ Club, that's going in the first, like through the first door of the dugout, right? In that little pond area.
It's just two balls, two strikes now. As Denton working against Servin here to start the fifth. Inside, almost hit him. It'll go full. Servin on the day has singled to the shortstop, Riley Harrell, deep in the hole, and has struck out swinging. 8 hits so far for the Spartans. This one popped up. Will it have room to be a play made as Tuffarello chases after it, but he'll run out of room. So Servin will get another chance. Danny out of Miami went to the University of Tennessee before transferring to the Tampa, Florida area for his final collegiate stop. He'll have another 3-2 offering here from Denton. Inside corner, got him looking. Second time Servin's been cut down on strikes today. Tried to coax the walk out of the home plate umpire, but no such luck this time around. Third strikeout for Denton, who puts it in underneath the hands. In a perfect spot. Good framing there by Marcos Perez. Here's Cole Perry. He's flown out to center and flown out to right. Brandon Seltzer be on the lookout as he's going for the outfield trifecta perhaps. Missed on the outside corner for the first offering from Denton. Denton trying to find his groove here after some struggles early, but has looked good through the last couple of innings. 1-1 as Perry came up empty on that vicious cut. Again ready. This one just off the plate as Perez stuck out the right leg. Perry again ready. 2 balls, 1 strike. This one launched to deep left. That could be trouble. Seltzer looking up at the wall. He'll make, no, yes he will. Make the grab. Brandon hit the fence. It was jostled loose and then came back and made the catch anyway. So Perry will take a second look here. Got it just a bit too high. One more look. I think Brandon may have thought he had a little bit more room to go. Hit the wall, almost went over the wall, but the bare hand coming in handy there. So Perry does indeed have the outfield fly-out trifecta, or cycle, if you will. He's flown out to each of them once. This one misses outside. So 2 up, 2 down. I think Brandon was a little surprised to run into the fence. It's made his glove move just ever so slightly. He almost pushed it over the wall. That would have been a bit of embarrassing action for the Sailfish outfielder, who's been so good defensively in any of the 3 outfield spots he's been asked to play this year. 1-1. Grounded sharply down the third baseline and foul. So Denton 1 strike away from back-to-back goose eggs on the board. A scoreless fifth. He'd love to make it the same here in the top of the fifth. Went scoreless in the first, 1 for the Spartans in the second. Then they put the crooked number up, 4 in the third. Nothing in the fourth and nothing so far in the fifth. This one popped back our way. And it hit the roof just to the right of us. Good to see former Sailfish baseball player and current Palm Beach Atlantic professor Tom St. Antoine down checking out the game with his dad today. As this one misses outside. It'll be a 3-2 pitch coming up. Here it is from Christian Denton. This one out to center field, but Schwimmer should have an easy read on it. He does, and Denton cruises through the fifth. Sailfish would love to keep chipping away. They trail it 5-1 going to the bottom of the fifth.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Sailfish will send up Marcos Perez here to start the bottom of the fifth. And Ramon Machado, and back to the top of the order with Derek Schwimmer. Mason Duke back out there as this one misses off the plate. Sailfish have 5 hits today. A 1-0. This one lined into right center field. It should be extra bases if it gets by the right fielder. He does a good job to come over and cut it off, does Sam Frades. But a good start for the Sailfish as Perez lines a single. That'll bring up Machado. Machado popped up to center his first time up today. Sailfish would love to string a couple of hits together here. Put up a crooked number of their own. Good piece of hitting there by Marcos. Maybe Machado can take a page out of that book as this one gets the inside corner. Activity in the PBA bullpen. This one lined. DeTringo will snare it before it gets to center field. And Machado is a tough luck out as he hit that one right on the button. For the first out here in the bottom of the fifth. Here's Schwimmer. Schwimmer a double and 2 trips today. Holding the base runner on is Aliwan at first. Just off the plate. That gives Schwimmer a hole to work with on that right side of the infield. We've seen him pick on the 5-6 hole and the 3-4 hole throughout this season. Uses those good wheels of his to sprint around the bases. Showing some pop in this series, though, with a couple of doubles. This one slashed foul. This went into Schwimmer for strike number 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Sailfish center fielder. The Spartans center fielder, Danny Blair, is shifted way around towards left center. And Torrey Alba, the left fielder, is 20 paces or so from the left field line. They do not want to see Schwimmer do what he did earlier in this game, which is double into that left field corner. 1-2. This one hit to the right side. Could be 2 of a hurry. 4-6. Not quick enough to get the 4-6-3 play. And coming up lame is Schwimmer, who's battling that tough ankle. Good attempt there by Navarrete. But DeTringo's throw after the exchange was a little offline. And I don't think he gets him anyway.
Number 17, third baseman Sean Help.
That'll bring up Hauk. Sean 1 for 2 today, a single, but was picked off in the first inning. This one popped up into right field. Should be an easy play for Freitas. He'll make the grab just in behind his second baseman, Navarrete. And Duke gets out of the leadoff single jam here in the 5th. We've played 5. 5-1, Tampa leads.
Well, it's been a busy day of college football. Let's get caught up on the action. First up, Alabama. This play right here shows what eating chicken will do for you. Lots of broken tackles here. It's the chicken.
No idea what you're talking about.
Joey Galloway is here with chicken predictions.
My what?
Touchdown chicken.
Okay, are we filming right now?
Chicken, 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 chicken.
What is going on?
I don't know. Oh, that was weird.
New management.
Start your game day with the new Hash Brown Scramble Bowl from Chick-fil-A.
Sometimes it's hard to tell from the outside what a personal injury law firm actually does. We're busy meeting our clients, learning about their injuries, and hearing about how the accident has affected their life. We do all the work to make sure the insurance company takes your case seriously. We strategize and we prepare for trial. We spend our days and even our nights pursuing justice and protecting the rights of our clients. That's what we do.
Danny Blair will grab a bat and lead things off here in the top half of the 6th inning for UT. They've been held scoreless the last 2 innings by Christian Denton. They will now take on senior right-hander Tyler Hawks. Hawks has got a nice contingent of family here in town today. He's out of Newport Richey, Florida, and River Ridge High School as this one's fouled away. Hawks has been very effective this his senior season. 7 appearances. This is now number 8. 6 1/3 innings, 7 strikeouts. 1-0 with a 1.42 earned run average. Tyler has been a starter and a reliever throughout his PBA career. Mixes and matches with some changing of speeds. 2 balls, 1 strike to the center fielder Blair. Check swing. They won't appeal, and it wasn't a strike, so 3-1. This PBA softball appears to be adding on. They lead 5-0 right now. This one's on the inside corner as Blair tried to coax the walk. It'll be Danny Blair followed by Mikey Navarrete, and back to the top with Torrealba. Inside, and Blair is a leadoff walk.
Number 27, second baseman, Mikey Navarrete.
We've seen Navarrete show bunt a couple of times in this series. What will he be asked to do with his team up by 4 in the top of the 6th? And a perfect hit and run is slapped through the right side. Going first to third will be Blair. He'll be in there easily as Smith comes up with it. Perfect execution there by the Spartans as they're in business here. Didn't really matter on the hit and run per se in terms of him getting the single. It was going to get through that hole either way, but definitely allowed Blair to go first to third. Leadoff walks are very rarely a good thing. That'll bring up Torrealba, the left fielder, who's 0 for 3. Has 1 hit in the series. It was a double last night. This one misses down and away. Torrealba today is grounded to first as Hawks will throw over. He's flown to left and grounded to short. Coming up on 2 o'clock this afternoon, we're in the top of the 6th of Game 2 of the series. This one hit towards Hauk, off his glove, and everybody will be safe. A tough play, and a base hit will be awarded to Yorvis Torrealba. That one really hit squarely. Hauk did his best to try and make somewhat of a hockey save over there, but it had bounced off his glove, which is a real shame because that would have had a chance to be a double play, and I'm not sure that the base runner, Danny Blair, would have tried to score. Instead, it's a base hit, and all 3 have reached against Hawks here in the 6th. Well, the Spartans get that run back that they gave up in the bottom of the 4th. And they'll lead it 6-1 here in the top of the 6th. Hawks checks the base runners as Sam Freitas not tipping his hand. He's 2 for 3, a pair of doubles. No activity right now in the PBA pen. This one's in there for a strike. Hawks would love another ground ball in the infield, trying to get 2 for the price of 1. With more heavy hitters for the Spartans following. Nick Durr waiting on deck. This one misses in. Sailfish softball, as we said, leading 5-0 over on the Simpson Field area. 1-1. Checks his runners. Tapper right out in front of the mound. Only play will likely be to first as Hawks makes a good throw. Basically a sacrifice bunt that he won't get credit for as Torrealba moves to second and Navarrete moves to third.
Number 10, designated hitter Nick Durr.
So an important first out. Sailfish infield will come in and try and cut down any other runners that might think about trying to score. Durr is 1 for 2, a single and a walk today, as well as a pop to third. Breaking ball, outside corner is called a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Sailfish infield plays him to pull. This one launched to left. Back goes Seltzer. He'll look up, and that one's gone. A 3-run homer for Nick Durr has put this one essentially out of reach. It's now 9-1 as the Spartans have unloaded for another 4 spot here in the 6th. Nick Durr getting that first homer of the series. And the home run chain is waiting for him as he'll come back towards his dugout. His team now leading 9-1. So Hawks will have to try and start things back up here with Alec Aliewine, but first time is called. Wind blowing out that way to left, but that one didn't really matter. Durr got all of it. And you know, that's got to feel good for him after his defensive struggles last night. He hits his 6th homer of the year as Aliewine goes the other way, and the Spartans continue their offensive ways here. Aliewine crossing up the defense.
Number 44, catcher Danny Servant.
4 runs in the inning, 3 off the swing from Nick Durr. Good pitch there on the outside corner as Servin is 1 for 3, couple of strikeouts and a single. Next offering, a similar spot, but just a bit off the plate. And it's 1-1. 12 hits now for Tampa. They're doubling up the Sailfish in that category, 12-6. This one off the plate, 2 balls and 1 strike. One good news about a game like this, well, a couple of things. For one, Sailfish still have the opportunity to try and win the series if they can take game 3. Secondly, it'll give the opportunity for some playing time for perhaps some of the seniors that are more role players, as this one's in there for a strike. Still 12 outs to go for Sailfish offensively, so an 8-run deficit not out of the realm of possibility, but not the most likely scenario. 2-2, breaking ball down and in as Perez keeps the runner at bay. Danny Servin going back to work here now on the 3-2. Will they put Aliewine in motion? My guess would be no. They do not. This one hit into right. Smith should have a play on it. He does. He'll make the catch, and Aliewine returns to first. So the 8th man to hit in the inning will be Cole Perry.
33, third baseman, Cole Perry.
Perry on the afternoon has flown out to each of the 3 PBA outfielders. Last one, he took Brandon Seltzer all the way to the wall. As this one's down and in. Seltzer had it bounce off of his glove, then off of his bare hand, and then he caught it with the bare hand. 1-0 to him. This one stays high. Hawks trying to get out of this 6th inning debacle. This one a strike over the middle of the plate. 2-1. Sailfish will likely send Lance Fry to the mound in game 3. Breaking ball just off the plate. Lance is listed as a redshirt senior, but I'm told he'll be coming back for another season next year. Had a lot of injuries in his career, which has piled him up a few redshirt seasons, as this one's on the outside corner. My assumption is he'll start graduate school and give one more go-round next year, if all goes according to plan. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here it is. This one lined to center, but Schwimmer, pretty much in his tracks, will make the grab. But the Spartans put up a 4-spot. Second time they've done that today and take a commanding 9-1 lead. Will the Sailfish make it a game? We'll see when we come back. You're watching PBA Baseball here on the Sailfish Sports Network.
Academy Bus is the largest privately owned and operated transportation company in the United States and is the official out-of-town transportation provider of Sailfish Athletics. With a central operations center located here in Palm Beach County, Academy Bus is who our Sailfish teams turn to for away game trips. For more information or to reserve a trip for your group, visit academybus.com. When it comes to a post-game meal celebration, the Sailfish always turn to Buffalo Wild Wings. Founded in 1982 with one restaurant in Columbus, Ohio, Buffalo Wild Wings has grown to at least one location in all 50 states and specialize in providing a fun-filled atmosphere and great-tasting food. Visit the West Palm Beach location at 4576 Okeechobee Boulevard for your next family dinner or group outing.
Bottom half of the 6th inning here at JMJ Crubin Park. Spartans lead at 9-1. As we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, Sailfish will try and chip away at this 8-run deficit. They'll still be facing starter Mason Duke, who's back out there trying to give the Tampa bullpen a break, as they'll look to even up this series at 1 game apiece. Sailfish softball leading 5-0 over on the softball side of things, as they look to take a commanding 2-0 lead in their series. Sailfish will have Danny Taffarello, Brandon Seltzer, and Connor Rowland scheduled to hit here in the bottom of the 6th as they get their 3rd look at Mason Duke, who's allowed only 1 run. Big swing and a miss there by Tuff as he comes up empty. 0 for 2 on the day, a pop out to first and a ground out to short. Danny fighting in a little bit right now is 0 for in the series, 0 for 7. This one too low. 1 ball, 1 strike to him. Likely see Danny in either the first base or DH spot once again in game 3. 1-1 on the corner. 1-2. Duke's been efficient. Has worked out of a few jams. He's had a leadoff man aboard 3 different times today, but has worked out of the situation with just the 1 run on the Brandon Smith RBI single. This breaking ball hung up over the plate, but he just fouled it back. Duke now at 76 pitches. Make it 77. And this right here, coming up right now, is 78. Fouled away, squibbed on the right side. So we'll see a 79th. And if we're lucky, 80. Duke coming into this start 7-0 on the year, trying to keep that unblemished record alive. Here's the 1-2. Got Tuffarello swinging at one about head high. Duke came in as advertised, not a guy who strikes out a lot of batters, but has been very good.
Number 9, left fielder Brandon Seltzer.
Here's Seltzer. He's 1 for 2, has the only run scored. He singled and then stole a base in the 4th with 2 outs and came in to score on a Smith single up the middle. This one hit to right. Skied out there, but right in his tracks is Sam Freitas. He'll make the easy catch and quickly 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Remember to stick with us in between games. We'll have our Senior Day festivities broadcasted for you.
Number 15, designated hitter Connor Robles.
We'll take a break after the conclusion of the ball game, but then come right back for Senior Day celebration in between games. You know, the Sailfish would prefer it to be following a series win, but they'll still have that chance in Game 3 if everything holds here with a 9-1 Tampa lead. This one grounded weakly left side. Coming over is Cole Perry. He'll cut it off, throw across, and a very easy and efficient 6th inning for Mason Duke. We've played 6, 9-1, Tampa leads.
Do you want Sailfish content delivered straight to your inbox? Sign up for the Sailfish Scoop at pbasailfish.com to get customized content delivered directly to your email as soon as it's available online. Customize your content to stay current with your favorite teams or get it all to know the latest from all 17 programs. Sign up today for the Sailfish Scoop at pbasailfish.com. The Sailfish Booster Club is responsible for raising funds to support our athletic teams with travel, uniforms, and equipment. Even small gifts can go a long way in supporting our teams. It is only through the generous gifts of all of our supporters that all the costs of our athletic programs can be funded. If you are currently a member, thank you. If you are not, please visit pbasailfish.com/give today and become a member of the Sailfish Booster Club.
Sailfish will go to their bullpen for a second time today. It will be another senior coming from the pen, and left-hander Justin Hernandez getting his opportunity here on Senior Day. Justin out of Miramar, Florida, went to American Heritage. He is a 4-year contributor to Sailfish baseball, and he's also, much like Hawks, who didn't have a very good day today, but has had a good season. Justin on the year, a 0 ERA, 8 appearances, 6 2/3. He struck out 11 and walked only 2. You know, he'd love to take that 0 ERA into these last few weekend series. He will face Nick DeTringo to lead things off here in the 7th. DeTringo, the only man to not hit in the 6th inning. He was the final out of the 5th. But Danny Blair got things started with a walk, and then the floodgates open with a 4 spot, including 3 on a 3-run homer by Nick Durr. First offering from Justin is high, ball 1. It'll be DeTringo, Blair, and Navarrete scheduled to hit here in the top of the 7th. This one catches the outside part of the zone. Sailfish softball holding on to that 5-0 lead over at Simpson Field. They're in the bottom of the 4th. 1-1. This one too high and away. DeTringo today has had a good one. He's singled, he's doubled, he's scored twice. His only time out was on a fly out to center. Two 2-1. Stays high. Last thing the Sailfish won here is a leadoff walk. The same thing that happened an inning ago, which got things started. What will he come back with here on the 3-1? Fastball stays high, and DeTringo does coax the walk. Not been a problem for Justin this year. There's 2 walks in his 6+ innings coming in. Here's Danny Blair, who laid down a nice RBI bunt single his last time up. And that's actually my mistake. He walked his last time up. The previous time was the bunt single. Looked like he was taking all the way there for strike number 1. He has got a perfect day working. 2 for 2, 2 singles and a walk and 2 runs scored. Hernandez takes his time. Now the delivery. Big hook, almost hit his shoulder blade though. That one just kind of spinning up there. Didn't get much bite on it. This one high and away. It's again a hitter's count. 2 balls and 1 strike to Danny Blair. Two and 1 now. Here's the pitch from Hernandez. Chopped right side. Big hop. Machado. Nice play. Only had one direction to go and threw it to first. There's a little bit of a ramp over there near first and second base. We saw it come into play last night, and it almost cost the Sailfish again there.
Number 27, second baseman, Mikey Navarrete.
Here's Navarrete, who has singled, delivered a sacrifice fly, and also struck out today. He's had a productive day in the field and at the plate. This one popped up. Should be a play for Harold if he can block the sun. He does hold on. Using his throwing hand to try and shield his eyes from the sun. Took every bit of that to make the play, and it was not a comfortable pop-up for Riley. One more look there as he's staring up into that midday sun. He almost looks surprised that he was able to catch it. We'll head back to the top of the order. 1 for 4 is Yorvis Torrealba. That one came his last time up with a RBI single off the glove of Sean Houck at third. Perez wants to talk things over. Maybe go over a new set of signs, being the runner at second base. Or perhaps just a quick scouting report on what they want to do to Torrealba. Nine 9-1 our score, top of the 7th inning here in game 2 of the series. Ready to go again as this one's launched to deep left. Seltzer back to the wall. He will leap but not be able to make the catch. As Jorvis Torrealba lifts this one out, it's now 11-1 Spartans. Torrealba gets the helmet tap from Danny Blair and his teammate Sam Freitas, and now he'll head back towards the dugout for some more congratulations. This one really a moonshot. Seltzer went back as far as he could and leaped, but it was easily able to clear the left field fence. This one's tap foul. Well, unfortunately for Sailfish relievers today, they've been stung by the home run ball a couple times. A 3-run homer by Nick Durr off of Tyler Hawks, and a 2-run shot here by Jorvis Torrealba off the pitching of Justin Hernandez. This one off the plate. Freitas 1-1. He had doubles in his first 2 plate appearances and has been retired his second 2. Outside corner, strike 2, 1-2 now. Freitas with the open stance. Ready for this Hernandez offering. But it misses off. The next 2-2 is grounded back towards Hernandez. He'll glove it, run it over, and flip for the final out of the top of the 7th. It's stretch time here at the Jake. 11-1 Spartans.
Are you in need of the latest Sailfish gear? Visit pbasailfishgear.com for all the best in Sailfish products. The official online store of PBA Athletics has everything from t-shirts, sweatshirts, and polos to drinkware, business accessories, and even pet supplies. Visit pbasailfishgear.com, your one-stop shop for Sailfish swag.
Both teams starting to dip into their bench a little bit more in the later innings of a 10-run game. New left fielder for the Spartans is Steven Smith. Sailfish will go to their bench and get Mike Santaramita an opportunity to pinch hit here. He'll take down Brandon Smith, who will get the rest of the game off. Santaramita has a couple of homers, and this is senior season. You'll watch the second offering from Mason Duke. Miss inside, it's 2-0. Santaramita, 200 average, 5 for 25. Has driven in 10 runs with those 5 hits. He had a grand slam up at the University of North Georgia earlier this year. 2-0 offering to him. He takes a big cut and fouls it down the left field line. Steven Smith giving chase, but he'll run out of room. Mike out of the state of New Jersey. Marlboro, New Jersey, in fact. He went to Brookdale Community College. This one off the plate, and he's up in the count 3-1. Sailfish will take down Riley Harold as well, it appears, as Carlos Lara has grabbed a bat. And also, Dylan Tosto will get a chance to hit here, which will make the fans excited when his walk-up song comes on, as this one's skied over towards the softball field, and it'll go full. Tosto, the backup catcher, has a bright future, according to the coaching staff, but just hasn't played much this year with the senior Marcos Perez doing the catching. This one fouled away again, and the softball field is on high alert right now. Lots of foul balls headed that way. The outfield for the Spartans play Mike the other way. Can't catch up to that high fastball, though, and he's taken down on strikes. He'll likely take over in right field. That'll bring up the sophomore Carlos Lara. Carlos has seen some playing time of late. Gave Harold a couple of days off a few weeks ago. Came through with a 3-run homer at St. Leo University in that finale, as this one's popped up on the first pitch. Mikey Navarrete drifting out into shallow right field. He will make the grab. So one pitch and Lara is retired. Here's Dylan Tosto.
Hitting for the Sailfish, number 27, Dylan Tosto.
Tosto gets the Baby Shark walk-up song here at Rubin Park. So Kenny Silvestri likely very happy over at the softball field that he got to hear his favorite walkout song. As this one hits the outside corner. Tosto, as I mentioned, not much time on the field. Mostly mop-up duty, but has a 1-for-4 year going. This is his 10th ball game. He's played behind the plate a few more games than he's gotten at bats, as he fouls that one back. Coach Bottenfield, as I mentioned, very high on Dylan and his chance to be a major contributor next year as a sophomore. He's out of Wellington, nearby Wellington, Florida. Wellington High School graduate. Possesses a good throwing arm and has had the chance to learn behind one of the best, Marcos Perez, this year. As far as a defensive catcher, we've already seen what he can do throwing in this series, as this one's up high. Damian Allione will also have a chance if Tosto's able to get on. He's grabbed the bat and would pinch hit for Machado. This one off the plate. Duke has been very efficient today. He's up to 93 pitches, so this may be his final inning, as there's starting to be action in the pen. As Tosto fouls it away. He would, if he can get Tosto, complete 7 strong innings with just 6 hits and 1 run, and be very much in line for his 8th win of the year against no losses. He may be the front runner right now for Sunshine State Conference Pitcher of the Year. 2-2, here he comes. In the dirt, and Tosto's worked a nice at bat. PBA women's tennis not able to take down the University of Tampa here this morning, falling by a 4-3 score. 3-2 payoff. Inside corner, strike 3. Tosto caught looking, and if that wraps up Duke's afternoon, he has performed very admirably. 7 innings of good work. His team leads it 11-1.
From court to court and lane to lane under the lights or under the sun. No one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
As Division II student athletes, we are committed to being our best.
Division II National SAC is proud to partner with the Sports Science Institute to play a role in the cardiac safety and health of student athletes.
Although many student athletes with heart conditions live healthy, active lives, up to 10 NCAA student athletes die each year of sudden cardiac death during athletic activities.
The facts are that immediate delivery of CPR and AED saves lives, so everyone should be CPR and AED trained. Please join us in this important initiative. Make it yours.
Sailfish go to their bullpen again here with Kevin Nunez, the junior right-hander, getting an opportunity to get an inning here in the top of the 8th. This one has been all Spartans, 11-1 after the Sailfish won 7-4 last night, so it appears it'll be a rubber match in game number 3. And it looks like the Spartans will go to their bench as well. Pinch hitting for Nick Durr will be number 15, Danny Maynard. Maynard, a senior out of Burnt Hills, New York, transfer from the University of Maryland. Kevin Nunez appearing in a game for the 8th time this year. He's got 10 1/3 innings. ERA a little rough, 9.58, as he's had a few really tough outings, a few really good outings. It appears we'll see some more pinch hitters coming aboard for Tampa here in this game 2, as this one's skied to left. Seltzer looking up into the sunshine. He should have a play on it. He does. Makes the catch. And once again, another pinch hitter comes in the form of Luis Medina. Luis, a junior from Tampa, went to college of Central Florida. You would assume he'll probably take over for Alec Aliwine at first base. He swings at the first pitch and skies it out to center field. Schwimmer waiting on it will make the easy catch with one of the world's biggest gloves. And quickly 2 are out here against Nunez in the top of the 8th. And another pinch hitter in the form of John Pitchman.
Pinch hitting for the Spartans, number 23, John Pitchman.
Pitchman listed as a right-handed pitcher and first baseman. We'll see if he stays in to catch. That's who he's pinch hitting for, Danny Servin. Sailfish defensively kept their pinch hitters in the spots. Santa Ramita has taken over in right. Tosto behind the plate, as this one misses down. Carlos Lara is at shortstop, and Damian Allione, who we expect to lead off the bottom of the 8th, is now at second base. Very youthful lineup out there for PBA in the infield. Sophomore at third, sophomore at third and short. Freshman at second. Freshman behind the plate. Big cut there as Pitchman comes up empty. John Pitchman on the year has 9 at-bats and 3 hits. He fouls that one into the glove. 2 balls, 2 strikes to him. Pitchman does have a double amongst his 3 hits, and he's driven in 2. 2-2 from Nunez. This one fouled back our way. Just to the right of us here. Sailfish Senior Day and Alumni Weekend we're taking part in this weekend. 2-2. Popped up, back us. Well, may have a play on it. No, hits the roof. Pitchman giving us a couple of chances here. We have not had a play yet this year. In fact, we're on about a 3-year streak of not getting any plays. 2-2. This one straight over the top again. That one probably some potential damage in the parking lot. The first season of Sailfish baseball here at the Rinker Athletic Campus, we had 2 balls hit into the press box. Pretty amazing. 2-2. Good block there by Tosto. And it'll go to a full count to John Pitchman. From Nunez, here it is. Swung on and missed. Good inning for Kevin. And the Sailfish here in the top of the 8th. We go to the bottom half. 11-1, UT on top.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor. It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
There are over 480,000 college athletes. Only 2% would go pro. That means over 470,000 will not get a shoe contract. No autographs. No private jets. No fan clubs. No Hall of Fame inductions. Instead, they will walk away with something much more valuable.
Bottom half of the 8th inning, plenty of changes for both sides. Luis Medina takes over at first base after pinch hitting for Alec Aliwine. Taking over behind the plate is freshman catcher Luke McDonald. We got to hear from his family earlier in the broadcast. He's a Staten Island native. Taking over on the mound is sophomore right-hander Alex Passarella out of Howard Beach, New York. He's a transfer by way of New York Institute of Technology. Passarella making his 5th appearance on the year, 8 innings under his belt, 12 strikeouts in that time. He's got a 5.63 ERA and an 0-1 record. No other defensive changes that we've seen for Tampa. It'll be Damian Alione leading it off for PBA. He took over for Ramon Machado in the top half of this inning defensively. Then Derek Schwimmer and Sean Houck. Damian Alione, true freshman out of West Palm Beach. Not a lot of opportunities. He's 1 for 5, 2 runs scored, and has driven in a run and drawn 1 walk. He also has a true freshman walk-up song of Barbie Girl. They play him straight away in the outfield and to pull in the infield. Passarella from the stretch. Big fastball comes in, and Alione takes a cut at it, but comes up empty. This one swung on and missed, 0-2. Tapper right side. First baseman throws it away as Medina will be called for the error. E3 on the throw, so Allione gets aboard. The pitcher was covering. It wasn't the easiest play in the world. Not sure if we have a second look at it or not.
Number 1, center fielder Derek Schwimmer.
So Derek Schwimmer will get his chance here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. This one's skied to left, deep left, in fact, as he comes up empty. No balls and 1 strike now to Schwimmer. Schwimmer's put it down that left field line a couple of times today. He led off the bottom of the first with a double. They play him that way now. This one's lined into left center, so he crosses up the defense here. But no, Danny Blair comes over and makes a nice running grab. That was almost in straightaway left field, but the center fielder makes the catch. Good defensive positioning there by the center fielder Blair. He got a good jump and hauled it in.
Number 17, third baseman Sean Houck.
Here's Sean Houck with Allione at first base. This one on the outside corner, 0-1. One and one now to the Sailfish third baseman. One and one. Here's the pitch off the plate as Passarella misses. Two balls and 1 strike to Sean Houck. This one grounded left side. Could be a tough play. DeTringo backhand goes to second for 1. Over to first. Not in time. Great play on both ends. Tough slide in by Damian Allione, but Navarrete almost turned that one. DeTringo did a good job to backhand on a ball that wasn't hit too hard. Fire a strike into second. It was dug out nicely and almost a 6-4-3 double play turned. Here's Tuffarello. This one missing off the plate. Tuffarello having a tough series. He is 0 for 8 so far, 0 for 3 today. 1-0. This one way outside. He's put some good swings on the ball, but just hasn't found any holes. Today he's popped to first, grounded to short, and struck out swinging. All those against the starter, Mason Duke. 2 balls, no strikes, and he fouls it off at the plate. We're in the bottom half of the 8th inning, 11-1 our score. Three balls, 1 strike to the PBA first baseman. Big swing and a miss there as Stuffarello tried to launch one out of here. It'll go to a full count. So Houck will be on the move on the 3-2 2-out pitch as Passarella grabs a little bit of rosin. Here's the payoff. Big deep breath from the big right-hander as it's fouled away. Stuffarello in his 3rd season with the Sailfish after transferring from Tusculum University. 3-2 again. This one hit sharply up the middle. DeTringo not able to make the play on the dive, and the Sailfish will have runners at 1st and 3rd. So Stuffarello breaks his hitless streak with a sharp single up the middle. And now the Sailfish have 7 hits in the game. That brings up Brandon Seltzer. One more look here. DeTringo's been excellent defensively the entire series, but just wasn't able to get that one. And with Houck running on the play, he was able to easily cruise into 3rd base. Here's Seltzer. He scored the only run for the Fish. That back in the 4th inning. We're now in the 8th. The Spartans pitching, led by starter Mason Duke, have been excellent so far. He shows bunt, takes a fastball down the middle. Passarella, the former NYIT Bear, before heading south for warmer baseball. And this is sophomore season. And in his 5th game of the year. No balls and 1 strike to the Sailfish left fielder, Seltzer, one of the few starters still in there for PBA. 0-1 in the dirt, or near the dirt. 1-1. Seltzer would love to get one up in this stiff wind out to left. He's got 7 homers on the year. 1-1. This one way out off the glove. That one very wild. And that'll allow the 2nd run for PBA to come in, and Sean Houck on the wild pitch. It hit off the glove of the catcher McDonald, but he really had no chance to catch that one. Or very little chance, I should say. As that looked like that was supposed to be a breaking ball that spun out of his hands. So Stuffarello moves to 2nd. Seltzer back in the box. I believe it's now 3-1. That run coming in as an unearned run, as the first batter of the inning, Alion, got on via the error from the first baseman, Medina. Well, this hasn't been the cleanest of innings for the Spartans, but they've played well today. This one driven to right, but he should have room as Freitas drifts over, makes the grab, and the Sailfish half of the 8th is completed. They do get 1 run on the wild pitch. We go to the 9th, 11-2, Spartans on top.
Honey, what are you doing?
Watching a cow.
Oh, what's it doing?
Impressions.
Start your day with the new Hash Brown Scramble Bowl from Chick-fil-A.
We go to the top half of the 9th inning. Spartans lead this one comfortably, 11-2. Sailfish go to their bullpen once again. They are calling upon junior right-hander Eli Bottenfield here for the top of the 9th. Eli making his 6th appearance of the year, 4 2/3 for him. First offering in is a called strike. So another new hitter in Khalid Bayona, the Land O'Lakes, Florida product from Berkeley Prep. Freshman infielder will pinch hit for Cole Perry as this breaking ball stays high. So 4 straight pinch hitters. Three in the last inning were all retired by Kevin Nunez. This one's fisted out towards left. That should find some green. It does. Bouncing in front of Seltzer. And the Spartans off to a good start here in the 9th.
Number 4, shortstop Nick DeTringo.
Shortstop DeTringo will stay in and get another at bat here. He's got a good day working. 3 runs scored among the 11. This fastball hits the outside corner. He's flown out to center the only time he's been retired today. He singled, doubled, and walked. All 3 of those times he came around to score. Played a good shortstop as well. This one stays high. This week coming into action, the Tampa Spartans ranked number 7 in the collegiate baseball top 30. Ranked number 17 after being as high as up to number 2 in the NCBWA poll. That's the National Collegiate Baseball Writers Association. Those are the primary 2 polls the NCAA recognizes. Of course, there are others out there. Perfect Game poll gets some publicity by certain programs. 2-1. This one popped up. Allione will have a chance on the edge of the infield. He'll make the catch. And I believe we'll have another pinch hitter. It'll be last night's left field starter, Stevie Mangrum, who will get an at-bat here. He's a senior out of Charlottesville, Virginia. He takes strike one from Bottenfield. Mangrum, a transfer from Virginia Tech. No balls, one strike. Breaking ball in the dirt, blocked by Tosto. One ball, one strike as Bottenfield pitches from the stretch. Breaking ball, and swung over the top of it is Mangrum. That's when he fouls off to the right side. Bottenfield looking for his first strikeout of the season. 1-2. Here it comes. Tapper could be two if they hurry. Lara bobbles it. Will only have a play to first. Strong throw across and gets him. Nice recovery there by Carlos. It was a tailor-made double play, but the initial bobble and the good hustle by Bayona did not allow him to complete the 6-4-3, but he did his good work to get an out where he could. 2 outs here in the top half of the ninth inning. Another pinch hitter for the Spartans in the form of number 16, Jack Loflod. A Summers Point, New Jersey native, went to Mainland Regional High School. This one popped up in the infield. Should be the inning if the Sailfish can make a play with the sunshine. Lara does indeed catch it, and that ends a harmless top of the ninth. We go to the bottom half. Sailfish looking to rally. They trail it by 9.
The Sailfish Booster Club is responsible for raising funds to support our athletic teams with travel, uniforms, and equipment. Even small gifts can go a long way in supporting our teams. It is only through the generous gifts of all of our supporters that all the costs of our athletic programs can be funded. If you are currently a member, thank you. If you are not, please visit pbasailfish.com/give today and become a member of the Sailfish Booster Club. Are you in need of the latest Sailfish gear? Visit pbasailfishgear.com for all the best in Sailfish products. The official online store of PBA Athletics has everything from t-shirts, sweatshirts, and polos to drinkware, business accessories, and even pet supplies. Visit pbasailfishgear.com, your one-stop shop for Sailfish swag.
Bottom half of the ninth inning, Sailfish will face a new left-handed pitcher to start things here, as Connor Rowland will get another opportunity to hit. Then it'll be Santa Ramita and Carlos Lara. The new left-handed pitcher for the Spartans is left-hander Colton Widows, a junior out of Palm Harbor, Florida, went to Dunedin High School. This one hits sharply. DeTringo has it go underneath his glove and into left field. That'll be an E6 on Nick DeTringo. He's played very well defensively all series long, but that one just evading his reach. Here's Mike Santaramita. Mike has one at bat today. It was a strikeout. This one I chopped right out in front of home plate, but it bounces foul, as may have gotten a piece of Mike on the way through. Mike playing right field in this one after taking over for Brandon Smith. This one way outside. Nice block there by McDonald. Widows going back to work against the left-handed hitting Santa Ramita. This one fouled back to the screen. So it's a 1-2 count now on the PBA right fielder. As they'll get together on how they want to attack Santa Ramita the rest of the way. One ball, two strikes. Widows pitching from that first base side of the rubber. Really hides the ball well. Good breaking ball, but Santa Ramita was able to hold up his swing. Two and two. Here it is. It's hit sharply through the right side, and the Sailfish have the first two aboard. Santa Ramita with the sharp single. That'll bring up Lara. Lara swung at the first pitch he saw in his pinch hit appearance and popped it up to second base.
Number 18, shortstop Carlos Lara.
Lara in the box, ready to go. He's got 1 3-run homer on the year in SSC play. Why not make it 2? This one stays somewhat near the zone, as that one was called a strike. Coming up on a 3-hour game here in game 2 of the series. No outs here in the bottom of the 9th. Sailfish trail it by 9. Looking to put a dent in that deficit. Couldn't stop his swing, I believe. Yes, they do confirm it. As it's 0-2. Here's the next offering to Lara off the plate. One and two. Here's the offering. This one hit through over near the right side. First baseman Medina does not get the tag in time. Good hustle there by both sides, Medina and Santa Ramita. Santa Ramita wasn't sure if it would be caught in the air. One more look here as he poked it that way. He took a couple steps towards second. Medina makes the catch and dove back to try and get Santa Ramita, but he was able to get in there in time. Here's Dylan Tosto. Widows really hides the ball. Tapper left side could be a tough play. Charging and throwing across is the new third baseman, Lowfield, who makes easy work of Tosto. Both runners move up, but the Sailfish are down to their final out. That'll bring up Damian Allione. This one missing off the plate. Allione getting his second look as an at-bat today. This one missing. So 2-0 to the Sailfish second baseman. Remember, stick with us here post-game. We'll go for a short break and then come back for Senior Day festivities that'll take place maybe 5 or so minutes after the conclusion of this one. 2-0 pitch, taken high, ball 3. You would assume Allione will be taking all the way here, but stranger things have happened. Schwimmer waits on deck. First base is open. Widows offering way high, ball 4. So the bases are now juiced for the Sailfish leadoff man. Schwimmer has a double today. Widows trying to work out of this 9th inning jam. That one almost getting away from McDonald as it was up and in on Schwimmer. They play him, of course, to go the other way. It was Blair in center field who robbed Schwimmer of a hit his last time up when he drifted over into left center field and snared a line drive. This one tapped up the middle, could be a play. Second baseman Navarrete will take it himself, and that will wrap up the ball game. Final score here, 11-2. Spartans win the second game of the series. We'll have the final game here in about 45, 50 minutes. Stay tuned for Senior Day festivities here in just a few. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd like to direct your attention to the first base side of the field as we honor the class of 2019 for Palm Beach Atlantic University baseball. On behalf of head coach Kent Bottenfield and his staff, as well as Vice President for Intercollegiate Athletics Carolyn Stone, we thank you for attending today's doubleheader and all season long. This time we'll begin by recognizing our seniors. Please put your hands together for the first one. Number 40, Heath Hawkins. Heath transferred to PBA for his senior season after a 3-year playing career at Furman University. He has a 3.86 earned run average this season while throwing 28 innings, mostly out of the Sailfish bullpen. Heath has a 4-2 record on the season and has limited opposing hitters to a .202 batting average. Heath was named SSC Pitcher of the Week earlier this season after a start in which he threw 6 shutout innings against nationally ranked Wilmington University. Our first senior, number 40, Heath Hawkins. Our next senior to honor, number 22, Riley Harold. Riley transferred to PBA in 2017 after playing his first 2 seasons at the University of Nebraska, Omaha. He has been the starting shortstop for the Sailfish in his 2 seasons here and has a .257 career batting average with 8 home runs and 44 RBIs during those 2 seasons. Harold was named the SSC Player of the Week early in his junior season. Number 22, Riley Harold. Up next, number 33, Mike Santaramita. Mike also transferred to PBA in 2017 from Brookdale College and has appeared in 50 games for the Sailfish over the last 2 seasons while making 28 starts. Mike has 7 doubles and 2 home runs with PBA and is slugging .520 in his senior season, while also being always reliable at the 3 outfield positions defensively. Our next senior, number 33, Mike Santaramita. Up next on our list, number 15, Connor Rowland. Connor has been with PBA for the last 3 seasons and is 7th in career batting average during PBA's Division II era with his .328 career batting average. Connor's also 5th in career home runs and is 2nd on the team this season with his 6 home runs. During his 3-year career at PBA, Connor has scored 69 runs and has 51 runs driven in. Number 15, Connor Rowland. Up next, number 25, Danny Tuffarello. Danny has been with PBA baseball for 4 years and has greatly improved offensively over that time. In this, his senior season, Tuff is batting .359 and has 9 doubles, 6 home runs, and 27 RBIs. Danny has had a career night here on March 22nd against nationally ranked Nova Southeastern as he blasted 3 home runs and led the Fish to a 6-2 victory. Tuff was named SSC Player of the Week after that incredible performance. Number 25, Danny Tuffarello. Up next, number 26, Justin Hernandez. Justin has been with PBA for all 4 years and is having his best season yet in this his senior campaign. Justin has made 8 appearances out of the bullpen this season and has struck out 11 batters while allowing just 3 hits and not allowing an earned run while holding opponents to a .130 batting average this season. Number 26, Justin Hernandez. Up next, number 12, Tyler Hawks. Tyler has also been with PBA for 4 years and has made 49 appearances in his career, which includes 23 starts. Hawks has thrown 130 innings in his career and has made 7 appearances out of the bullpen this his senior season, while posting a 1.42 earned run average and allowing just 1 extra base hit. Number 12, Tyler Hawks. Up next, number 5, Marcos Perez. Marcos just played his 100th game as a catcher for PBA and has started every game in his senior season. Marcos is second in PBA's Division II era as he's thrown out 31% of all runners stealing during his career. A .240 career hitter, Marcos has 71 career hits entering play today and hit his second career home run last week in an SSC win over Barry University. Number 5, the catcher, Marcos Perez. And last, but certainly not least, number 23, Mitchell Carroll. Mitch has been with the PBA baseball program for 4 seasons and has become the Friday night starter here in 2019 as a senior. He's now 6-2 in his senior campaign while holding opposing batters to a .210 batting average. Mitch has 160 career strikeouts in 167 career innings, which is good for third in PBA's Division II era. Carroll has 12 career wins on the mound, which is just 2 behind PBA's Division II leader. Number 23, Mitchell Carroll. Let's give one more round of applause for the class of 2019 for Sailfish Baseball. We'd love to have all of our players and families, if we can, gather together for a group photo and then a photo with our players only as well as our coaches. Game 3 of our series will start at approximately 3:55.